Still can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible, the way the dude treated you. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edward. The committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edward be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. Judge Cavill and Mr. Winner certainly didn't mince their words, but that's not what concerns me right now. I'm more worried about the committee's reason for doing what they did, and what they might do next. I suspect it won't be good. To Mr. Edward, are you listening to me? Yes, of course. So this is it. You're giving up on the Bronco Neck case. No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from the case will be tacitly accept the committee's decision. The only problem is that I don't have the authority to continue investigating. Yes, what is it, detective? I've got some bad news, sir. Work down at the prison is. They just arrested somebody for an axe murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I heard they're being held in the detention center. Maybe you could go talk to whoever it is. Good idea. Let's get down there, Mr. Edward. Even without the authority to investigate, surely I can still pay a suspect an innocent visit. Alright, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. But won't you be missed, detective? Nah, everyone's busy in the prison going over the crime scene anyway. Good, then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir. Come on, Kay, let's go. You got it. Still, no sign of them, huh? Indeed. Wait, this is just like the last time. Please don't tempt fate like that. No, I can't. I just can't. Sure you can. I told you. It's just pair of visitor. Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us. No. Just talk with them, please. But one of them's prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All they do is stare at you, right into your soul. You must be the suspect in the... See, I told you. Okay, why is this man so flustered? Probably because you're being with you, but I guess that's just how you are. Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing. Hey, Mr. Suspect, you doing okay in there? We just want to have a little chat with you, no biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edward's trusty sidekick. It's just a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job though. Funny, I don't recall ever employing you. And that's Mr. Edward. He is a prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything. Oh, please. Really? Really? Anyway, can you first please tell us what your name? It's Saint. Simeon Saint. Simeon Saint. Well, nice to meet you, Simeon. You can call me Kay. Everyone else does. Prosecutor Miles Edward, I would like to ask you a few questions if I may. Please, Simeon, we're trying to help you, I promise. Really? Thanks to Kay, it sounds like we might finally get some answer at least. Oh, what? No, I can't. I couldn't. There's no way I could be a prosecutor, ever. Take that thing away from me, please. I wasn't going to give it to you anyway. So, what? You're going to arrest me? Take me to court? No, objection. I knew it. Overruled, Mr. Saint. No, please, calm yourself. Okay, I've showed my badge. Would you mind taking a look at this, Mr. Saint? Hey, I didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything. Maybe I should hold up showing this to him until after I calm down. Okay. Let's just open the conversation. Perhaps you could start by telling us a little about yourself. Who, me? But why would anyone want to know anything about me? I'm boring. I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. Do you have a job? Well, it's hardly worth mentioning, really. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everybody else, honest. This is going to take a while. How about you and Mr. Knight? And just when I thought we were making progress, okay? So, Simeon, did you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me. Bronco? Yeah, I know him. We were friends. Interesting. I wonder if he knew that Nick had been arrested. And did you know Mr. Nick had been arrested? Yeah, I even came to visit him. He came to see Nike. I wonder when that would have been. And when was that, Simeon? It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. The police called him? Why? How come the police called you? They said Bronco asked them that he needed a favor. A favor? Uh-huh. He wanted to bring him his chess set, the pocket-sized one. So I went by his place and then I came here. A chess set? A chess set? Is it just me or is she getting better at stealing my thoughts? You do know everything you think is written all over your face, right, Mr. Shaw? Yeah, I'm not a mind reader, just an expression reader. Amazing, right? Don't you just love having a sidekick as helpful as me? And have you read what my next move is going to be? I sure have. There's something you want to show Simeon. Indeed. Let's present it to him and see what he has to say about it. So, this chess set. Oh, that's the one I bought from Bronco. Well, let's settle that at least. We found it next to Mr. Knight. He always had to have a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he... Simeon, you and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you? Yeah, we were best friends. At least, I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that. What do you mean? If I knew him so well, why was it such a shock for me to find out he had killed someone? It's not easy discovering that someone you're close to has committed a terrible crime. It's a very bitter pill to swallow indeed. How could it all end like this? I could never have imagined something so awful. Something's not right here, Mr. Richard. There's just no way Simeon murdered Mr. Knight. Yes, he certainly doesn't seem to have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. I wonder what grounds they had for doing so. Why were you arrested, Mr. Saint? I just don't get it. Why won't he talk to me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Oh, he answered you, Mr. Richard. I guess he's not scared of you anymore. Thank goodness for small miracles. The cops burst into my house this morning, out of nowhere, and before I knew it, I was here. The policeman. Was there a prosecutor with them? Yes, some kid named the Winner or something. The rookie. I thought as much. So, did they interrogate you yet? What? I'm going to be interrogated? But by the cops? Well, yeah, I mean, you've been arrested. You're a suspect now. No. When the detective shouted at me and threatened me and there was these hulking guys, right? Who get in your face and force you to... Detective becomes here, reporting for duty. See, I told you. Please don't help me. Please don't crush me with those huge arms. No, please, I'm calling the cops. What's up with this guy, Mr. Richard? Nothing, detective. You're just being you. I guess it's just how you are. I don't get it, sir. Look, Mr. Richard, Simeon is clearly innocent. So there's gotta be something we can do for him, isn't there? Mr. Saint. Yes? You were Mr. Knight's friends, and 2 days ago you came to visit him. You had nothing at all to do with this murder. Is my understanding correct? Yes, I didn't kill anybody. Very well then, I will choose to believe you, and I will do all that I can to assist you. Huh? But why would you help a nobody like me? Let's just say that I may not be doing it solely for your sake. I have something of a personal interest in this case. That's right, it's payback time. We'll show this to investigation reigns supreme. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Unfortunately, I still lack the authority to conduct said investigation. As such, my resources are rather limited, and I'll need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means you, Mr. Sen, your information will be invaluable going forward. In other words, let's see if we can help one another out, shall we? Oh, I just thought of something. Why don't you just borrow an attorney's badge? Then you could present our file here. No, now's not time for the jokes, Gummy. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor. He couldn't defend anyone if his life depended on it. But I wasn't kidding. I just thought helping suspect, that's what a defense attorney does, you know? Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is if we find the real culprit in the end. So come on, let's get to work. Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, we'll have no choice but to treat you like any other suspect. But you needn't worry. I believe you, or at least I have decided to try, for now. Just hold tight and try to believe in us in return, if nothing else. It might help you feel a little less alone. Now, if you'll excuse me. So we talk a good game in there, but we can't even get back inside the main person to see the scene of the crime. Maybe defending the guy in court is our best after all. Gum can defend for his life, remember? Well, who do we have here? If it isn't Edgeworth and the gang, what are you cats doing here? Damn, his team is really good. Listen, pal, if you come to harass Mr. Edgeworth again, I'll... Hey, easy there, Detective Flatfoot Shawms. I'm here to work. Work? What? You're here to defend somebody? Whoa, the K-Master nails it in one. Aren't you just the uber intelligence one of the bunch? Uber intelligence? That's not how you use either of the swords, Fender. Some may say I'm an easygoing old roach about town, but I'm actually not half-bad attorney, which is why I've been summoned to the old Jelly Ronnie for a meeting with a new client. The suspect is one Simony Sainsbury. You mean Simeon Sain? Wow, that's freaky. You know more about my job than I do. Wait, Mr. Richard, Mr. Fender's a defense attorney. Aren't you thinking what I'm thinking? I fear I might be. In fact, it could be our only option. Not so long ago, I found myself embroiled in another case that wasn't mine. I managed to worm my way onto the crime scene by agreeing to be a certain someone's subordinate. Not an experience I ever wanted to repeat, but I fear I may have a little choice. Fender, Before you say another word, I just gotta point out that the fine print, Eddie Fender doesn't take on associates. Ah shit. Say then so, I hear you protesting, but pompous prosecutors are a no-go. Especially those of the Von Karma variety. I should have known he wouldn't forgive me that easily. I understand why you would want to work with someone like me. What's more, I understand how you feel about all things Von Karma. But please believe me when I say, I'm not the man I was back then. I'm no longer under my old mentor's. You better believe it, pal. Mr. Edgeworth's a changed man. Oh, come on. Sure, he used to be the demon prosecutor, but he's not like that anymore. I do have feelings, detective. Gum is right. Mr. Edgeworth's one of the good guys now. He's not just a prosecutor, he's a hero. He got me off the hook just last month. You don't say. Well, that escalated quickly. But he was. There's no other word for it. He was heroic. Creatively even. Please, Fender, don't you think there's something odd about the way the committee stepped in yesterday? There's more in this case than meets the eye. I'm certain of it. I can't just walk away from this. I can't. Please allow me to help you with this investigation. Cheers! A bow from the great Miss Miles Edgeworth. Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So enlighten me if you will. What made the leopard change his spots? Well, I suppose I would have to say, the courtroom itself. I've experienced so many things, and met so many people there within its four walls, including some old friends who show me a better way to be. How could that not change a person? Well, I'll be. The old Jew would never have bared his soul like that. That was beautiful. You might have even surprised you know who, and you know how much that takes. Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start again with a clean slate. So this is me. Edgeworth and Co. Law Office, a defender senior partner. Edgeworth? That's right, Mr. Fender here began his legal career as an assistant to my late father, Gregory Edgeworth. What? Your dad was a defense attorney? So, the you know who Mr. Fender keeps talking about is the clever K Master nails it in one yet again. That's right, I was talking about his old man. Guess you all notice I keep his name over the door, so to speak. Least I could do for old Gregory, really. Isn't it, George? Miles? I'm going to level with you here. I don't trust you, not fully anyway. I can't just forget about all those years you spent licking phone karma boots, you know. Anyone can say they've changed. I'm going to need you to prove it. And besides, you know it's what Gregory would have wanted. Very well, I accept. Okay then. That's enough hardball for one. Let's move on to the fun stuff. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth & Co. Congrats. Congrats, man. I will try not to let you down. Well, doesn't this bring a tear to the eye? The prodigal son coming on board at his late father's firm. Permission to come on board too, please, Mr. Fender? You don't even have to ask it, huh? Welcome to the crew. Woohoo! Thanks, Captain. Alright, I guess it's time to go to work. So, where to begin? Any bright ideas, Miles? Where were we when we were so rudely interrupted? Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found his body. I believe we need to speak with the person who found the body. Just what I was thinking. Eager associate? We do indeed. Huh, still the type to smile and nod, I see. That will certainly make my life easier, boss. Now that's decided, let's get going. What about me? I'm a detective. I can just hop on board and send attorney's assistant like you guys. He has a point. I can leave him adrift or on his own, no, can I? Detective Gumshoe, I have a special assignment for you. You are to continue investigating the case under Mr. Winner, and if you happen to discover anything that seems useful, you are to notify me immediately. You are in a uniquely powerful position, detective, and I'm going to need all the info you can pass our way. You can count on me, sir. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to the defense. Trust me, I know, but just this one. Those loose of yours might be what saves our ship. Throw out the prison gates, good sirs, because here we come. So any idea how we tracked down whoever found the broadcaster's bodies, Max? I think our best bet would be simply ask around. Oh, don't you dare. Who is this? Excuse me. Oh my, just look at you. Are you talking to me? Just fabulously chic, darling. Fabulously facial hair is very current, don't you think? Enchanted, mademoiselle, and much obliged, defense attorney Eddie Fender at your service. Let's get things on the right foot, shall we? A little embracer, perhaps? Ooh, I like the sound of that. Mm. What the? Right on the kisser. Well, how else does one get a new friend, huh? A little smooch is entirely the Roger, don't you think? The European grade. Wow, talk about stealing a kiss. Deep and extra shameless, it puts even great tips to shame. Physical contact is so very important as form of expression for our little family. Everyone in this lovely home will tell you as much. Hey, if everyone else is hip to do that, I can be hip into that too, sure. Fifi la girl. By the way, warden of this charming abode. You may call me Fifi, of course. So, she's the warden of the entire detention center and prison facility, is she? A pleasure to meet you, Miss Lagarde. Marsacho. I am an associate with Mr. Fender's practice. I hope you don't mind asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. It was simply a spectacular event and featuring some terrifically talented animals. Anyone who was anyone had to be there. If you were at home, you were watching the show with me. The performers set up special stage in the yard just for us. We are one very lucky family, n'est-ce pas? I don't know how to say that. So she was at the circus performance for the inmates yesterday morning. Mr. Carcerato mentioned a show yesterday as well. We must have been talking about the same thing. What time did the show take place? From around 8 until 10 maybe? Yes, something like that. Meaning it finished right around when the body was discovered. And by dint of having attended the show, she has reasonably solid alibi. Oh, will you look at the time? Sorry, darlings, but I really must dash. Feel free to explore our home, mi casa, su casa, and all that. Ciao for now. Well, what now, Mr. Spock? The person who found the body screamed, and that scream was heard by one inmate that you know of. Therefore, our first task to question this inmate and see where his information will take us next. First, we talk to the bird. Hey, come on. They even have ponies. This one's only big enough to carry a small child. Isn't this scary, Mr. Richard? It's like being at the zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals, who live in captivity here. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you mean behind bars, then no, I suppose not. Oh, it's a blurb about the guy in the cell. Let's see what it says. Prisoner number D259. Classification habitat. See cell to the right. Not exactly helpful, is it? This grizzly fellow has a pet polar bear called Teddy. He's a former boxer who loves to stay trim and is always optimum packing weight. He may push his body to the max, but he's relentlessly kind to himself. Omnivore. Who exactly is all this information for anyway? There's no one in here. They took him to solitary, remember? I wonder when he'll be back. It may be a while. I get a feeling he was in pretty serious trouble. Poor guy. Did you see the tears in his eyes? He really didn't want to go. Yes, the way they had to literally drag him away for was certainly unusual for a simple time off. I shudder to think what kind of punishment he's feeling right. Right on the kisser. She seems to have given you quite a shock. And why is that, I thought you were a man of the world. Yeah, well, I'm all for saying hi with a hug, but going straight for the kiss? Call your boots, am I right? Woo me a little before puckering up. That's all I ask. Oh, I never would have picked you as the shy type. That's not the issue here, I think, Kay. Listen, Miles, I've been meaning to ask. Does that phone of yours turns upside down? An assistant with permanent skull on his face is bad for business, you know? I don't see any reason why an associate attorney needs to smile. And that's how I know you've never worked in private practice. It's all about building trust, man. You've got to create rapport with your clients. A smile here, a wink there. A hug to break the ice, and a card to show you're legit. Otherwise, they'll never open. Yes, well, to each their own, vendor. I'll give it to you straight. Running the biz was tough going at first. I mean, Gregory Edgeworth, man. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill. I see. And what kind of cases does the firm take on? I might be better asking what we done. We do murders, parking fines, the whole 9 yards. Our basic principle is this: everyone deserves a defense. So you've never refused a request? Well, let's just say I have certain preference in the clients I work with. But didn't just say that everyone deserves a defense? I'm just messing with you, little sis. Of course we treat all our clients the same. I mean, Gregory's name is still above the door. I've got to live up to his ideals, you know? And that means always doing my best for everyone. Edgeworth & Co., the firm my father built, huh? Okay. What about showing this to him? No. Huh? For me? You shouldn't have. I always wanted to rock one of these on my level. Thanks, you're a star. I never said I was giving it to you. I'm just thinking your chain. I've already got a badge of my own, see? You don't wear your attorney's badge. Once in a blue moon. Goes nicely with my winter coat as it happens. Guys gotta dress to impress, know what I mean? Impress who exactly? Wow. Do you have a moment? We have a few questions for you. Oh, who's a good girl? You are. You're just perfect. She really is. She's beautiful. Meow. It's finally noticed me, I think. I was wondering, what's her name? It's Reggie, ma'am. She's my little friend. Yes, right, as you are then. What I need our answer, not clawful pants. Clawful pants. This looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, the shutter is not tight. Freedom awaits on just the other side. A stoic lock and key twixt mine eyes and nose the outer books. Such a cruel fate it is indeed. The more I think on it, the more it hits me at me. And whose thoughts are you attempting to channel exactly with that solid plan? Was there a rabbit just nearly tripped over it? Isn't this correct, Mr. Edgeworth? It's like being at a zoo. No, if I do, fine. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, the baboon. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it's a monkey mountain. Not something I ever expected to see in a prison, I must say. Doesn't it look like fun? Not in the least, and while we are on the subject, you are not, under any circumstances, to climb on the structure. Do I make myself clear? But I have to show that monkey who's the boss. Please, Kay, you really don't. About the person who found the body. Do you happen to know where he is right now? Should be in one of the workshop, I guess. Usually, it's at this hour. Then let's sim workshop our next part of the call. Okay, let's see here. There's something written here. It seems to be about the prisoner in this tab. Prisoner number 258, classification Captivus pericolus. He may look fearsome, but this lovely fellow is actually a sweet-natured herbivore. He even has a pet penguin named Winnie. He's skilled at giving such a real gripping testimony. You'll swear you were there at the crime scene too. The end. It's the kind of thing you might expect to hit in a zoo, not a prison. Hello, anybody in there? Nice try, kiddo, but this isn't a bedroom stall. You there, could you help us out here, my good man? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Is somebody using this workshop right now? Yes, sir. One of the prisoners is in there. Just confirmed it myself during the noontime roll call. Would like to speak to this prisoner, if that's alright. Sure, I'll go fetch him right now. Won't take a sec. This one all yours, Marcy boy. But why? Let's just say I'd rather not roll the dice on someone I don't know, yeah? Huh? And I thought all that's are supposed to be strong and fat. Hey, well, you're not looking so brave yourself right now. So let's call it even. Here they come. This guy. The first case. The original game. Hello, yes, hello. I hear you wish to speak with me? Not exactly the hardened criminal we were expecting, is he? My name is Juan Sechor. I'm a public prosecutor. A prosecutor, you say? A defender, attorney at law. What happened to being too scared to handle this? Listen, sorry about my pal here. He gets the weirdest ideas. Prosecutor and dead. That will be the day. It's actually just an associate. Geez, Miles, get a grip, will you? Ah, he's right. I mustn't forget that I'm a defense attorney's assistant for the time being. Ah, that explains it. I did think you looked like a little different from the prosecutor I spoke with yesterday. So, he's already spoken to me now. Would you mind answering a few questions? Oops. No, of course not. I'd be delighted. The name Sahwit, Frank Sahwit. The witness is all yours, my young associate. Sure, have the intern do everything. Why not? Mr. Sahwit, you are no doubt aware that a murder took place yesterday. Would you mind telling us where were you at the time when the body was found? Yes, I was in that workshop there, working as one might expect. What kind of work were you doing? Well, I'm actually retraining at the moment. I'm hoping to become a stylist, you see. A pet stylist, that is, yes. So I've been studying hard and practicing every moment I can. An unusual field of studying befitting an unusual person, I suppose. And that's it. I certainly didn't see anything interesting. I barely asked him anything at all, and he's already sweating bullets. So, yes, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. Sorry.
Hold it!
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Sahwit, for this interview has only just begun. Well, I mean, even if you were to ask me, you know something, don't you? It's definitely hiding something. I'll need to push him a little harder if I'm going to get my answer. Chess match. The first step is to analyze the situation. Let's take a look at our opponent. I didn't say anything. I really can help you, I'm afraid. Something tell me he'd be a good poker player. It's hard to tell much all from his face. And I don't think he'll be giving me much in the way of physical cues either. I'll have to rely solely on his word instead. That's the only way I'll know what's going on underneath. Alright, time to make my first move. Let's see who we're dealing with here. Maybe good at hiding his emotion, but everyone has a tail. My chest comments. Tell me, what's your connection to this incident? Which incident? The murder? Oh well, it has nothing at all to do with me. Nothing. Really? I wouldn't dream of getting involved in anything as ghastly as that. Well, you see, how can I put this? Well, I like to think of myself as an upstanding citizen. A good person, if you will. Forgive me, Mr. Southweed, but under normal circumstances, what people do to not end up in the prison. That's... So, you do well to tell me what you know about the incident. How many times do I have to tell you people? I don't know anything, I swear. Surely you've noticed, Mr. Satweed, that I have you exactly where I want you. Oh no, really? It seems to me that you're just waiting. Oh, sure. Mr. Satweed may be a good at hiding. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I don't know what more to say, but I can't help you. My apologies, Mr. Shahid. I found it, but considering that the incident occurred right here in the prison, I find it very hard to believe that you know nothing at all. Oh, well, yes, I suppose I can see how it might seem unlikely, but it's true. If you're looking for the person who found the body, you'll have to look elsewhere. Why do you think I'm looking for the person who found the body? I certainly never mentioned any such thing to you. Is it because you do know something you're not telling me after all? No, I just sense that's who you might be looking for, that's all. I'm simply a pet stylist in training. I don't know anything truly. There's no doubt about it. This man is hiding something big. In which case, let's find out what he did yesterday. The day of the incident. My opponent is very good at hiding his true feelings, but not for long. It's time to smash that mask of his, and see what lurks behind that phony smile. Tell me about the day of the incident. If you really don't have anything to do with the murder, then you have nothing to hide, right? Well, the day of the incident? Oh gosh, so much happened. I want to know what you are doing, Mr. Shahwit, in detail. I told you I'm a pet stylist in training, and that's what I was doing yesterday. Training. Specifically, I was giving the animals trim. You didn't notice any commotion at the time of the incident? I would imagine things were suddenly quite tumultuous around. Well, commotion, you say? No, not really. Maybe I heard someone, but... You heard someone? Was this someone screaming by any chance? And don't try to tell me you don't remember. You continue to assert that you know nothing about the incident, Mr. Sahwit, but I'm afraid I don't believe a word of it. Yeah, no, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I don't really remember. The fact that he heard a scream at the time of the murder may well prove to be a useful clue. I will do well to bear it in mind. Fuel on her. Yeah, I know. What was it like hearing the person yesterday morning? I really don't remember. I don't have the best memory, I'm afraid. Time to deploy my crew. You don't remember? Please. Your letter just confirmed that you heard a scream. Oh, but I might have been mistaken. The truth is, I really don't remember. Your memory fails you yet again. How convenient. But I know you're lying, Mr. Sahwit. How dare you talk to me like... I'm not lying. Look, if you must know, when I'm working with the animals and I get into the zone, they're all I see. I might understand you have something of a talent for animal grooming then. Well, my sisters think me could use a little work, but I say I'm quite good with the animals. They seem to like me. I'm especially good at calming them down when they get scared. Scared? And when exactly do they get scared? Surely it doesn't happen very often. Oh, well, no, thankfully it doesn't. A loud scream will certainly frighten the animals, won't it? Why are you going to such length to deny having heard the scream? What is it you're hiding, Mr. Sahwit? Tell me. I can assure you I'm not hiding anything. I'll admit I did really hear somebody scream, but I'm not hiding anything, I promise. The mess is finally beginning to cry. Not to shatter it completely by asking the scream itself in more detail. I'm afraid you're about to learn a painful lesson, Mr. Sahwit, that hiding things from me never ends well for my opponent. Miss Wendell, when did you hear the scream? Oh, wait, no, I remember. I forgot about the show. They put on a show for us prisoner around the time of the incident, you see. Yes, performing animals, if I remember rightly. That's where I was in the morning, so now you wish to claim that you didn't hear a scream because you were at the show. You do realize that goes completely against everything you told me so far. And what you can do about it, huh? That is, my memory is patchy, as they say.
The animal show really had to be seen to be believed.
It did it? Tell me, what kind of animals did you see?
Let me think. A whale?
Oh, Enough of your lies. You were nowhere near the show, were you?
Gah! Well, I seem to remember being there, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't.
It's clear Mr. Shahwit wasn't at the show. This feels like a vital clue. Who did you hear screaming?
Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. When the incident happened, I was out in the yard. Yes. So I didn't hear anyone screaming. No one at all.
Time to deploy my clue. How long are you planning to keep up these lies? I already know that you weren't at the show. The game's up, Mr. Shahwit. It's high time you told me the truth. I demand to know about this scream now.
I can tell you what I don't know. I didn't hear any scream. Not from the person who found the body.
How curious. Most people would assume that the scream had come from the victim. So then, why do you think it came from the person who found the body,
I made a mistake. That's all. Mistake. I made a mistake. That's all.
How, Mr. Sahwit? How did you know that it was the person that found the body who screamed?
It's
Shall I tell you? You knew because it was you who found the body. And the scream that was heard when the incident occurred didn't come from the victim. It came from you.
yeah. How did you? Ark. It's true. I admit it. But what gives you the right to treat people like this?
Checkmate. Mind test. Checkmate. Now that we have established that you were the one who found the body, Mr. Zahwit, I believe you have lost any standing you might have had to withhold your cooperation.
Alright, you win. But I'm sure I won't have anything useful to tell you. It probably isn't even worth your time.
That's not for you to decide. By my hand, the truth will be revealed. Every decision I make is to ensure that end.
Except that's not exactly what we're here to do, to do, is it?
What do you mean?
We're not trying to expose the truth. We're trying to save Simon. Simeon. That's what we do now, remember? We work to get our client out of trouble. Not as a prosecutor. Not as a prosecutor, but as a defense attorney's assistant.
What the key master said, you need to listen to the kid more, you know? A client has requested the service of Edgeworth & Co. And as your old man always said, your relationship with your client comes before everything else. So if you think Mr. Sain's well-being is taking a backseat some quest for the truth, well, let's just say I don't like to fire people. So I need you to fight against your instincts a little harder, yeah? This will take some getting used to. In any case, the importance of this man's testimony remains unchanged. Therefore, Mr. Sahwit, I am asking you once more. What happened when you found the body? Oh, really?
I was in that workshop there by myself, practicing what I'd learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop. I happened to peek in through the little window, and then I saw him lying there, a man not moving. Did I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror.
Let me get this straight. The room you're in is next to the one where the corpse was found.
Yes, that's right. I was in workshop B.
And you were there the whole day?
Yes, from the 7 a.m. roll call onward. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see? 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m.
And they check who's in the workshop during roll call, correct?
That's right.
Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7 a.m. Which means that next body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point in time. Person roll call 7 a.m., noon and 9 p.m. The victim body had not been found at 7 a.m. roll call. 3 roll call, okay. Okay. Ganti panggilan. Guess that means the murder took place after 7 a.m.
Which puts it right around the time the show was happening. Ah yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it.
And therefore, anybody who wasn't at the show has no alibi. Would that be a fair assessment, Mr. Shahid?
I guess so, but I only found the body, I swear.
There's a clear contradiction in Mr. Shahid's testimony. Rooting it out should be my first priority. Alright, let's find the contradiction. Tahu aja apa contradiction?
Pro kontra.
Kayak hal yang bertentangan dengan
Kontran.
statement apa yang dia sampaikan.
Kontra ini.
Cari kontradiksi ini semua barang bukti. Ada hal paling tadi.
Dari sini.
Dia kan disimpan di sini mayat. Kemudian ada kitchen dia. Bisa. Ada jendela sih. Dicek saja. What exactly were you practicing?
How to be a pet stylist? Of course, I'm a model prisoner after all.
So he keeps saying. Okay. You found yourself there, really?
That's right. And then I found myself peeking through the little window in the door.
What did you think to do that?
Gosh, I don't know. I just found myself doing it, really.
You clearly weren't concentrating on your work then.
No, that's not true. I am model prisoner. It's just all the other prisoners had gone to watch the show. I guess I was, well, kind of lonely. Like being stuck like being stuck at school after everybody else has gone home. Whew. Yes, exactly like that. Anyway, I found myself in front of the door to the other workshop and
Does that mean you didn't get a good look inside?
no, I couldn't. The window was not only small, but it had bars over it, you see. Not exactly a panoramic view. They're just so the guards can check what's going on, right? That's right, yes, you're a very knowledgeable young lady. You bet! I guess you could say I know a little something about prisons now, too.
I'll have to remind myself to address this newfound interest later.
Anyway, yes, I peeked into the little window in the workshop door.
Could you tell right away if it was a man or a woman?
It was clearly a man. His physique, his clothes. Oh, it was also very clear that he was dead.
You could tell just by peeking through the little window?
Look, let's just say this wasn't my first dead body. What? You mean? You're in prison for... To my eternal shame, yes. Eternal. This was however. This was, however, the first time I had seen another person's handiwork up close, so...
Hold it. Do you recall how exactly you screamed? Any words you might have used?
No, I only remember that I screamed.
Folks don't tend to remember much when they're busy crying out in terror, Miles.
Exactly. So, yes, I screamed. That's all I remember.
He presents himself as an innocent bystander, but nothing could be further from the truth. Given what he is, things couldn't have happened as he claims. The contradiction in his testimony is as clear as day. I just need to present the evidence that proves it. I think I get the idea. Share terror. So he's trying the method of moving there. Let's see. Kill instantly. So a small cut on this curve and cut in the from the head. Remember. Let's see. No, they open the are not allowed to move about freely. This may be. Ini katanya pintunya ada sensornya kan. Bisa dibuka kalau ada hewan atau penjaga yang mungkin dia bisa keluar. One of the door.
Objection!
Oh yes, I'm right. Yeah. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mr. Sahwit. I'm afraid you've rather lost sight of what you are.
What I am? I know precisely what I am. I am a former newspaper salesman who's training to be a pet stylist.
But that's not all you are, is it? Or did you forget the bracelet you wear around your wrist? A bracelet that marks you as a prisoner, and therefore unable to move around as you please. As we both know, stepping outside the door would have sounded an alarm.
Well, that's...
But there's no way you could have looked into the other workshop without leaving the room you were in.
Gah!
Howie! Stylishly done, Ejiru.
But doesn't this mean that Mr. Shahwit couldn't have found the body then?
Good question, Kay. Perhaps Mr. Shahwit himself can explain.
So actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Detail. Sorry about that. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you like.
By all means, go ahead. Finding the corpse part 2.
There's a little trick we prisoners know about, you see. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. That's how I was able to pick That's how I was able to peek through the window and into the workshop next door. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright.
So he's saying he was able to take a look at next door because he keeps his arm inside workshop B as he leaned out.
Please don't tell anyone about our little trick, especially not the guards, please.
Is this it? Is this all he was hiding? I better dig a little deeper into his testimony, just in case. Wah, ini kayak mau tidak dalam.
Iya, itu tuh yang
Iya.
pink.
Iya, dan
Hold it!
Tell me some more about this trick, Mr. Sahwi.
Of course, it's quite simple. Really?
I suppose this allows you to enjoy a little taste of freedom.
It does. To be honest, it's one of the few things that brings me joy anymore.
A rather surprising source of joy. But rule breaking isn't exactly a demonstration of remorsefulness, is it?
But I am remorseful. I always am. I am a model prisoner after all.
I'm beginning to suspect that he doesn't know what a model prisoner actually is. So you use this trick to peek through the window?
That's right. Yes, I made sure the guard wasn't looking and leaned out into the corridor.
Apa artinya beda itu?
Itulah kenapa
Aku bisa intip. Ya, intip sedikit artinya intip. Intip melewati jendela dan ke
workshop
sebelah.
Hold it!
Why did you make so much of an effort just to take a look?
Well, you see, I heard noises. I heard noises coming from next door, and that room was supposed to be empty. So I thought it was strange.
And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises?
Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on. So I went right away.
I see. Are there any problems with what Mr. Sahwit just said? You claim that you looked into the next room as soon as you heard some noise. If that's the case, you must have seen more than just a dead body. Because the person who made the noises should have been in here too.
You've got him quaking in his boots, Mr. Edgeworth?
Mr. Sahwit, tell us the truth about what you saw. You do of course have the right to remain silent, but it will do little to dispel the notion that you were somehow involved in this crime.
I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it's too insane to believe. I really thought I might have dreamed it. That's why I wasn't sure if I should mention it.
Just tell us what you saw.
Alright. It was the dog. And what I saw, it is the stuff of nightmares. That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat.
What? What did you just say?
It was hellish, utterly hellish. That beast, that awful beast, He killed him.
Tadi Robi,
Mister
bukan makhluk liar, makhluk liar.
Oh iya, bikin
Suddenly,
Suddenly, I don't feel so good.
jeepers creepers, that's awful. Talk about traumatizing.
It was dreadful, horrible, horrible. Now you know why I couldn't help but scream.
So there's a man eating dog in the prison's animal population, is there? Okay.
And that really is everything. I promise. You believe me, don't you?
For now, this one seems too far-fetched a lie, even for you. I'd like you to append what you just told us to your testimony if you don't mind.
Very well.
Hold it!
How much do you remember about the man you saw?
Oh, I remember everything. Let's see. He had blonde hair and his neck was covered in blood because he was...
That, yes, we know that, Mr. Sahwit. Thank you very much.
I'm just telling you what I saw. I took you attorneys were obsessed with the little details.
There's some serious venom behind those words. Something tells me he may not have had the best experience with defense attorneys in the past. Ini jangan lagi pakai neck brace. Apakah perlu di press atau langsung saya kasih bukti? Press me dulu satu kali.
Hold it!
Supaya ada percakapan. You're sure this black dog was biting the victim's throat?
Yes, there was blood everywhere. The beast's mouth was dripping with it, and
Whoa. Spare us the gory details, will ya? What about the victim? Was he...
eek! Don't say it. Don't you really need to? Do you really need to ask him that, Mr. Edgeworth?
Okay, what was that punch for? I'm on your side here.
He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there.
Meaning he was already dead.
There was so much blood, just oozing from this neck. Oh, he was dead as a doornail. I'm sure of that. Not even the twitch of a finger, just lifeless.
Enough already. Why do you have to go into every little detail like that?
To give you a nice and accurate testimony that is what you want, isn't it? Shall I add what I've said to my testimony, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please do.
It was awful, I tell you, terrible.
Hold it!
You paint a very vivid picture.
Well, I had a front row seat, I suppose. I could almost feel the agony of the poor man's final moments.
Itu orangnya akhirnya
I don't think I'll be getting any sleep tonight, Mr. Edgeworth.
You won? Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, And
It's
it's all your fault. You're praising him for more gory details. Details. I forgot. Details. I'll be having nightmares tonight myself. It's all still so fresh in my memory.
Hold it!
a snowflake motif in relief. You seem to have a very clear memory of this ring, Mr. Sahwit.
Well, I used to go door to door selling newspaper subscription. You see, I had to take people in at a glance. Their appearance, their mood, that sort of thing. Figuring out who exactly you're dealing with is the first step in any sale.
Except in this case, you are figuring out a corpse. Your corpse. Maya.
What can I say? Force of habit?
Habit tidak kebiasaan. One that served me very well in my sales careers, if I do say so myself. Sorry. Even so, you seem to have remembered things to an uncanny level of detail.
I suppose. Nevertheless, it's true. I remember the ring, the relief, all of it.
Is what he's saying even plausible, though? Perhaps I should take another look at the condition of the victim's body as we found it.
I know what I saw, Mr. Edgeworth, and my eyes don't lie.
So Nike was bitten in the throat by a dog that lives here at the prison. Not the most plausible of explanation, I have to say. Well, they do say that pets take after their owners.
But there are some things they shouldn't take after. Not if they're supposed to help reform their owners. Otherwise, what's the point of having an animal therapy program?
I shall probably ask Mr. Shahwit a little more about this dog.
Objection!
Oh yes.
Bener.
Yeah.
Kalau salah apa?
A ring with a snowflake relief?
Yes, I saw it. Clear as day. It was carved in such fine detailing.
Interesting. Your testimony is certainly very accurate. In fact, I say it's just a little too accurate.
And what's wrong with being too accurate? Accurate.
I mean, this. You testified to having seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. And while the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger,
See? Exactly as I said.
there is no way you could have seen it. Take a look at this photograph. As you can see, the victim's right hand was covered by a tarp. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approach the body and remove the sheet. You told us earlier you only took a look through the window in the door. Yet you seem to have seen quite a lot from such a disadvantaged location, Mr. Shahwit.
Who the heck do you think you are, huh? Mr. Big Shot, acting like you know it all. I mean, I saw what I saw, I swear. Oh, I know. The man's arms, it must move under the tarp after I pig it in.
Objection!
Nonsense! You already told us that can have been the case.
He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there.
Meaning he was already dead. You said it yourself, the victim was already dead. And that men don't move, do they? Hooey! Is that the stench of EU desperation I smell? What are you hiding, Mr. Sahwit? Tell us.
No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. You could let it go, could you? Had to keep unpacking and prodding. Use limit to use slimy to beat associate attorney.
It seems the real Mr. Sahwit has finally revealed himself. Whoa, that's quite the wreck he was rocking. Came straight at you like some kind of flying black cat.
Look, I'm just a sweet, innocent witness here.
Kak Jokowi innocent, tidak bersalah. Witness saksi mata. Jadi saksi mata tidak bersalah. Katanya. But are you really? Because I must say I have doubts, very serious doubts. That's it, I think I do.
What that's supposed to mean?
You saw something that should have been impossible to see from outside the workshop. So, how did you do it? That's simple. Mr. Sahwit, this is where you were standing when you saw the body. Di sini kan korban. Jadi dia mungkin masuk. Enggak, kan dia keluar tuh masuk ke sini karena dia badan gitu. Tahu gimana fungsinya.
Take that!
You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the ring.
Say what do you want? But you don't have a shred of evidence. Do you?
Evidence, okay.
Nothing to prove I was in the room with the body. Anyway, you can't prove it, can you? Because I was in the next room over, minding my own business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed out a pair of rubber gloves for fun? No, put up or shut up. I want to see evidence that proves I was in that room with the body.
Oh, yeah. These gloves. Yep.
Take that!
Remind me, Mr. Sahwit, what were you doing when you discovered the body?
How many times do I was practicing my pet
Practicing.
I was practicing my pet styling techniques.
Of course, then perhaps these rubber gloves might mean something to you.
That's
This gloves was found by the victim's body. I believe it was dropped by the killer. And I can't help but notice that you have a similar glove tucked into your apron.
no, this one different.
Hold it!
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it?
It's just a rubber glove. There are hundreds of them all over the prison. This doesn't prove anything.
Objection!
Not yet, perhaps. But if I were to ask the police to check these gloves for prints, I have a feeling the result would be rather fascinating. It It's over.
Objection!
What the? That was pretty rad. Objection, am I right? Please, Fender, now is not the time for tomfoolery. But I have a legit objection, because this isn't over. There's something that still doesn't make sense. Our man here's a prisoner, right? And he's got one of those bracelet doohickeys on. That's true. So how could...
That's true. So how could he have left his workshop in the first place? His bracelet would have triggered the alarm if he tried.
Right, we don't have a good explanation for that yet. Well, anything you like to share, good buddy? We're all friends here. That's weird. You should be clinging onto the bracelet like the big round lifesaver it is.
In what way? In what way?
As in, it's the best hope our weak flinging friend here has for getting off the hook for murder. Sorry, can get into the crime scene with the bracelet on. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yet he hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be, The sound of silence. I suppose Miss Law Priestess did preach that silence is golden yesterday too.
Wow! You sound like an actual attorney for a second there, Mr. Fender.
The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Gregory taught me that. It was part of the attorney's code he lived by. So friend, what's the dealio? Why so coy about your bracelet?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken.
Broken?
I fell over a little while back, you see, and hit it on the floor. After that, it didn't seem to set the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it. I know, but well, it was awfully convenient.
Convenient, oke, mudah. Awfully itu kayak sangat mudah, awfully convenient. I see, so your bracelet is broken. Boy, but do they really break that easily? If so, then this person has a serious security problem. You there, could we have a moment? Oh, aren't you just the cutest? Ahem! Mio, how can I help you, sir? This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of the broken one for the time being. Okay, dia broken. Of course, sir. I trust you'll take good care of it. Yan lagi barang bukti. Sweet, bracelet sorted. Now, to turn our murderer in, yeah?
Oh, what? No, I didn't kill anybody.
Whoa there, Paleo. You were the one who said your bracelet was out of commission. Or there were other inmates freely roaming the halls while everybody was busy watching the show.
No, I just found the body, that's all, I promise. And when I did that enormous dog still had his mouth wrapped around the poor man's neck. I only went into the workshop after the beast had left.
And why did you go in?
Well, fine. I want to go through his pockets, okay?
He was going to rob the corpse? That explains why he remembers Nike's ring in so much detail.
Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm great thief. I never stoop so low as to steal from Well, I didn't steal anything either. The show ended just after I entered the room, and all the other inmates
Came.
came trickling
Came.
came came trickling downstairs thereafter.
Came itu kan tadi.
Datang tadi.
Yeah.
I panicked, rushed back to the other workshop, and I start my fake screaming.
And drop the glove in your haste, huh? I guess this all just about hangs together. Anything smells funky to you, Miles? Other than whether Mr. Shahwit is the one who did it, I say one very significant question still remains. The question of how Knight made it into the prison proper from his holding cell into the detention center. Oh ya, dia kan selnya di sini, tapi baiknya di sini. Karena kan orang di sini kan tahanan yang mau dia bilang bukan dia didakwa. Oh yeah, that one's a doozy. I also can't help but wonder about another key feature of Mr. Sahwit's testimony. That dog's involvement can only mean one thing. Mr. Sahwit,
Yes, what is it?
were you the only prisoner who didn't go watch the show?
Well, no, there was one other who didn't.
Am I right in thinking that this person couldn't have watched the show even if he wanted to?
Yes, how did you?
I knew it. I had my suspicion when we first ran into the black door yesterday. But this confirms it. For a criminal that dangerous to end up in a place like this is unbelievable, but where's this person's cell?
You're going to see him?
Who are we talking about?
Who are we talking about here?
Him.
Him! He's not like the other prisoners you know. He's special. Gets treated like royalty. But you didn't hear that from me? All I say is, if you value your life, you'll stay well away from him. What? Will you please stop trying to scare us all the time?
The big cheers, huh? Well, I for one definitely value my life, so that sucks.
They keep him in maximum security, which is over there.
Maximum security. Well, that's certainly one way of treating someone differently.
Alright. Quit. Alright, quit being so mysterious and tell us who he is already. Let's just say he's highly skilled when it comes to people's life, better than anyone, in fact. And that's all I'm prepared to say on the subject. In fact, I may have already said too much.
Well, Melcy, anything you care to share? Or are you going to leave Kay and I in the dark here too? The Mr. Man in maximum security is an old acquaintance. Let's go pay him a visit. I suspect we'll find our dark canine friend there too.
Mau dibayar kunjung?
Pay a visit itu bukan bayar. Ini kayak kita kunjung. Dari kunjung. Can believe you found out about it.
It's pitch black in there. I can't see anything.
Bisa juga. But sebenarnya kan I can see a thing, tapi bisa juga I can see anything. But didn't you say the Yatagarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something?
Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone serves to shine the light of righteousness on the world blind. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu.
Whoa, you are one powerful performer.
Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged leg raven. Eek. Oh.
Oh. Mau ke main ini dia. Sakit lagi juga kayaknya, tapi penjahatnya mungkin.
Nanti susah bahasanya.
Saya kasih kayak kalau bilang kasih dalam langsung. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
Nggak bisa ya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice. I knew it. It has been far too long. You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you were the one who put me away.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking to the dog?
Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I am forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights.
Oh.
Wow. You are heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in our arm? Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. I am Bodhidharma Kanis. As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintance. Kenalan lama kan, kayak orang kenalan lama. Kanis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells, the last sound his victims would ever hear. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have come to see me? You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already. Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another. Suspicion of murder. Wait a minute. Oh no, there's nothing you want to say. Right. Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. It is absurd to think that he would do such a thing, isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helmut is more than mere seeing either, and he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume. Tak juga trustworthy. Bisa dipercaya.
Bisa.
Ya, bisa dipercaya. Satwit is anything but trustworthy. Tadi artinya. Sawit adalah apapun kecuali bisa dipercaya. And he's still very much a suspect himself. Tak juga suspect. Tersangka. I can hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach. No then? I thought as much. Yes, I did. Helmut, yes. It figures that he already knew who are witnesses. Your alibi. Tahu juga alibi.
Bahasa Indonesia juga alibi toh?
Iya. Tanya ano.
Ya.
Kayak artinya itu adalah bukan kayak itu artinya kayak alibi itu kayak kayak apa ya?
Penyangkalan.
Kayak ada sesuatu yang membuatmu tidak mungkin jadi tersangka. Kayak misalnya saya di pesta waktu itu artinya tidak bisa.
Ada penyangkalannya.
Iya, penyangkalannya. What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? During the show, you mean? I was here, and sounded in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for wood carving, you see, an obsession even I was engrossed in it all morning. And you have permission to engage in such a hobby. I can't believe someone would actually let you. Wood carving ini. Pahat kayu.
Dia
The warden and I have an understanding. An understanding? That's ridiculous. This man shouldn't be allowed one, let alone 5 chisels. There are nothing but little weapons in his hands. Yeah, nanti bisa saja. I was carving Buddhist peace at first, but by the 607th, my interest had begun to wane. Wow,
Wow, that's
Master.
must.
Master.
Wow, that must have taken forever.
Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus has now shifted to pieces such as this. I didn't know you played chess. You play too, do you not, prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me. Though you might find my game rather rudimentary. I only began after my arrival here, I'm afraid. What's that piece? A dog with 3 heads? Ah yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king. All loyal to the last. I've always thought it strange that such game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not. I play by the regular rules and with regular pieces. I can imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, so... Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence chess then? Sharing move by post? Yes, even in prisons, prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Oh, ini. Kayak kalau main chat, kayak kasih geraki baru kirim ke surat bilang ini ku gerakan di sini, kamu gerakan di mana? Yang
sebagai tanda, sebagai
ya kirim ke teman penjaranya lewat penjaga.
Kode-kodenya pakai catur.
Dia bilang
Kesini
ini ya ini patung ini ke lantai ini gitu. Although I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. Sounds like this current opponent. Tahu juga current itu kayak baru-baru. Opponent itu kan kayak musuh barunya. Isn't a resident. Saya bilang kayaknya ini musuhnya bukan. Iya kayak bukan dahat di sini.
Nggak bisa disebarkan.
Jangan juga ada juga. Tapi ini korban bisa juga karena kan korban juga suka mencat. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis. His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor, unfortunate soul. You keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, potato. Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison's information network? But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one, a crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president. That is not small matter. Attempted assassination? Wait,
Mr. Edgeworth? Didn't Mr. Knight?
Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader, and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Are they attempting to cover up President Wang's fake assassination scheme?
Artinya jangan-jangan ada pemerintah atau Taiwan tidak mau nutup depan ini ada kasusnya ini kalau saya yang nabunuh dia apalagi penjaga lain bukan mau nabunuh presiden pembunuhan presidennya itu palsu.
Oh, there, cowboy. You saying the prankster didn't actually have a pop at the press? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You
You mean you don't know what really happened? So what, they just blame the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight?
It will explain why the committee was so keen to get involved.
Mungkin dia malah tutup-tutupi pencobaan pembunuhan palsu ini presiden.
Of course, they took you off the case to try and keep you away.
And swap in that winner kit to push through an attempted murder charge.
In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth.
Tapi kebenarannya
So they really were trying to frame him. According to the guards, this night was it? They tell me he was violently insistent that he had attempted no assassination, which could have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for a certainty that he would not have been the first inmate imprisoned on false pretense. An uncomfortable fact, but fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut? Yes, it is. Yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. No bastion of truth, huh? I heard something of that effect before.
Bastion of itu berdasarkan kebenaran.
kayak itu bilang ruang sidang itu bukan apa ya
Kejujuran
ya bukan tempat kebenaran yang selalu kau percaya
untuk
karena kan dia selalu
kebenaran.
iya kayak kan dia selalu percaya kalau ruang sidang tempat kebenaran.
Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors.
Dan temannya juga ya selalu percaya sama ruang sidang. Mau aku cobain saja kayak abang sangat gitu.
You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you? Fooled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies?
Falsification kesalahan dan kebohongan dan kebohongan.
Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. I never was able to fool these fellows, mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands, don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truth's revealed in court, and your deduction, it is dangerous to trust either implicitly. But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicion in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along. Her distaste for a meal lingering unspoken in the air.
Not just two again.
Not just two again.
Not just two again.
Prosecutor Winner and Judge Cavell. They went over my cell with a fine tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murderer, I believe, to no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in the prison and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed. Prison search. Well, that posed more question than it answered. What do we do now? So testimony is flimsy at best. I'll need more proper evidence if I want to take Khan's side.
Yang sedihmu.
Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Go on now. It's not showing us out permanently, right?
Belanda mau jadi kasih juga secara permanen.
Udah.
Let's get out of here. Come on. Until next time, friends. It does pain me that our brief time must end, just as we were become reacquainted.
Kita juga brief. Kita juga brief. Sebentar. Ya, sebentar.
I wait your return, Mr. Edgeworth.
Kita juga awis.
Tapi salah juga yang itu. Maaf nih sekarang.
Iya. Kita kasih serap dua.
Okay. Now to gather the evidence, I need to bolster my case. Hey,
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
that's the best hiding spot she could find.
It's alright.
It's alright, okay? You can calm down now. Where's Panda?
He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast.
Fender.
So, what do we do now?
You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time. His body was found in one of the prison workshop, but he was presumably being detained in one of the detention certain holding cell. Yes, interesting. So how did he wind up the other side of this heavy security door? Let's start by investigating the holding cell. And
Mr. Knight's room, right? But what about Mr. Fender?
I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready.
Sure, but he is kind of our boss, isn't he? Oh, well,
The victim cell is just over there.
lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
70. Kalau perempuan kau. Okay. I have just about had it. Huh? What's that? Oh, kau. Oh, dan lega. Bicara kayak lega. He's still not talking, ma'am. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct.
No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can send in a blank report.
Blank itu kosong.
I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut, right? A killer for hire?
Punya pembunuh.
Oh,
I couldn't help overhearing, Warden Legard, but were you just talking about body Dharma Canis?
you were listening?
Bukan begitu. My.
My, you were listening? How very good of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know?
Do you normally conduct interrogation of the man yourself?
Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional titty with everyone, you see. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't person who hasn't met the pilgrimage to my office at least once.
Your office?
One.
How sweet! He's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose it is the the hottest ticket in town.
It's down this corridor here, darling.
It's done this corridor here, darling. But FYI,
FYI.
I don't let just anybody wander in willy-nilly.
Let's see, that will put it right around here.
It's a wonderful room, if I do say so myself. Oh my gosh, rave about it. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden and the yard? Oh la la. The yard? If it's anything like the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable.
Yeah,
That's a rather steep price to pay.
But just listen to me. Chattering away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Alice's lunchy brunch. The poor dear will be dying.
Ali,
The silliest little dear in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Now, to the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings. Mana kasih makan?
I wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we?
lumayan panjang nih setnya.
Wow.
Jam berapa?
So this is next cell.
When do you think he was broke in, Mr. Edgeworth?
It would have to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events at the lake. And then at some point he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction.
Alright, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Wow. Baru lagi.
Yep. I must score the scene and expect anything that
Catches my attention. There's something different about this spot here. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something?
what's that?
Why would somebody only do the part right next to the bed, right? Though. This must be next sweet jacket. So I've been
doing some research of my own.
Oh, and what have you discovered?
I've discovered that guys who looks good in suits
Yeah, sure.
tend to be popular with the ladies. But don't worry, guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list.
Please stop.
Hey, look, this newspaper got a chunk of it missing.
You're right. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why?
Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell but didn't have a cleaning cloth.
It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who will try to clean their cell? The bed doesn't look very comfortable, but that pillow cover is very clean, spotless in fact.
I bet this is the kind of bed Kami sleeps in. I can just picture it, can you?
No, I sense it's more of a mattress on the floor type. Okay, nothing here. Nothing there. Let's see. Pinabersihkan yang pakai itu mungkin. Ini kah?
Yes, yes.
This part of the floor has been wiped clean.
Maybe he spilled some grape juice?
Who knows, but we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper.
Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for a cloth,
Cloth.
or something too?
Something too.
Or something too.
Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. Ini yang mau diletakkan dalam.
Next itu.
Okay, let's see. Inspect anything.
Hey, look at this weird piece of paper.
There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Oh, ini kayaknya.
Wih, oh itu surat yang dari
Iya, buat next.
dari itu ya kan yang
Yang
kedua.
Dicatat sama lo. The grid appears to be a chess diagram. The victims, I suppose.
What's a chess diagram?
Chess diagram.
Chess diagram. What's a chess diagrams?
A visual representation of a game of chess. See how the location of all the pieces are marked? Ini rookie, knight, pawn. This seems to be a closely fought contest, but perhaps if these pawns were... No, wait. Not now, Mr. Edgeworth. This is no time to be playing games. Yes, I suppose you're right. Edgeworth kan juga sudah baca.
Apa?
Itu yang kuan pakai tadi.
Oh,
Dia lihat dan bilang mungkin kalau ini. Dia juga kayak, this isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. It was from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Perhaps it will be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession. Let's see. Oh, no, sorry. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this.
gimana be?
Dia hitam. Lihat posisi. Oh shoot, sorry. Oh ini dia. Ini bishop, ini king, ini pawn. Ini bawah. Kita ke sini.
Eureka!
This chess game, I've seen it before.
Enough with the
Chess.
of the chess
Chess.
chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating
Here.
here. Focus.
I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is?
It's the chess set we saw in Mr. Kenny's cell. But I don't really know the rules of chess, so
The rules of the game are not important. What is important the position of the pieces. Compared to the ones in Mr. Cannon's cell with this, do you notice anything?
I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares.
Indeed, there's no dog on the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the position of the pieces are identical. Identical.
And what does that tell us?
Oh, I have my correspondence. As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Cunning's just opponent was Mr. Knight.
Mr. Nike?
This could be just proof. We need to show that Mr. Cunning had a connection to the victim. Ya, punya
Hubungan.
korban. Okay, nothing here.
Oh, what's a menu? What's a menu doing here, Mr. Edward?
It seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they like to eat each day. If they can afford it, that is.
Money makes the world go around, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees?
Well, Kay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them doesn't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact.
So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else?
Ah! How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system? Oh, nothing. Wow, that's a lot.
Wow, that's a lot of book. Let's take a look. You'll love tomorrow. You love tomorrow and entirety. Understanding animal emotions. Life as a pet stylist. Maybe there was more to Mr. Nike than met the AI.
Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees, with the hope of that they would want to better themselves during their time here. A second chance at life. Interviews with a former prisoner. This book appears to have been written by a fellow model prisoner and former inmates.
Oh,
I
I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, making money while serving time.
This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Nothing here. The bowl is nice and spotless, and there are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here.
What? Are you serious?
Why? What's wrong?
There's no door. There's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this place should have took a little talk a little more about the people who have to live here.
I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout. There's a writing here. Oh no. A Thunderbird window. No signs of it having been tampered with. I don't think there's any chance our killer escaped through here.
Aha! Must remember to bring something to solve to choke through iron bars with. As they say, fail to prepare to fail. Glad I got the chance to scoop this place out.
Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for your eventual escape. Reflected in the mirror is a
security camera, a creature's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief friendly. If I'm being honest.
Tahu juga thief. Thief.
No.
Pencuri. I think that might be entirely deliberate, okay? Go. I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary artinya di luar tip biasa, inform me immediately. Kayak gitu immediately. Secara langsung. Cepat. Yes, sir. Investigation complete. I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. This is bad, sir. Is that the guard? The security camera footage, sir. I watched it and what is it? Can you show it to us? Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me. Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it. What happened? Was that?
That black thing? Is that dog, right?
Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Nike had actually been attacked in this location. This location right here. Dia mungkin di sana sih kalau naik dibawa ke sini. Kan di sini kita tadi. Ya di situ pertama.
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog. This is just the evidence we need. And if this is where Nike was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence we found here in his cell take on a whole new meaning. If Nike's cell was the crime scene, which piece of evidence takes on a new significance? Jika itu tadi penjara adalah tempat bahagia, barang bukti yang mana yang jadi baru.
Take that!
Take that itu kayak ambil. The floor of Nike's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something to have been his blood? Ya mungkin dicuci darah. Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor? Name it, sir. There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgeworth. You got it, sir. Okay.
Now we can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Nike and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper.
Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, coach? Where are we off to?
I suspect one of the girls might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us.
Okay, time to get asking. Huh?
Oh, that thing.
Oh.
Thanks for the tour. Later. Well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Leng of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. I thought he had gone home to Zhengfa after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang? You could say that. Nothing that need concerns you, thought. course.
Hehe, first a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today?
As I said, that's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you were at it again a couple days back, sticking your nose into things. A couple of days back. Ah, you mean the incident with the president of Zenko? Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail. Ha! Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficiency of his own country police officer. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractor again. Amateurs. Agent Lang doesn't have much faith in prosecutor or the courts to do their jobs right, which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his handpicked cream of the crop officer. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge. My man? Huh. Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened? I told you, it doesn't concern me. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor.
Wow, he seemed not okay.
Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct.
Alright, let's start by talking to test guards.
To this.
Apa tuh tulisannya tes?
Yeah, that's it. Artinya banyak orang. This girl. Jadi yang satu. Kalau D-A-I-S itu baru satu. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, one of my uniform is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker. Oh. Ya, tapi kalau dilihat di tempat pencuriannya kan ini di rekamannya ya, kayak pakai seragam.
Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere?
Tadi pakai sepasang. Jadi bilang apakah baju mau sepasang kaki baru lari. Where in the world did that idea spring from?
Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you.
Tadi aku tinggal. Dukung. Thanks, I appreciate it. Kamu bicara di CCTV. Nanti silang lagi.
Agent Lang look kinda lonely without all his guys. Huh?
Yes, something must have happened back in Zengfa. Still, he has chosen his path, as we have chosen ours.
I guess so. And step 1 on that path involves solving this case.
Involves
Solving this case.
Path itu jalan. Dia sedang pilih jalan.
Then, once we're done, let's go put a smile back on our Wolfie's face.
I'll think about it. Or I would if I knew where to find him. Alright, let's go. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? I said, come on.
That thing? No way. If I had, well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here. So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something?
Now, okay. You should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. By the sound of it, Canis dog hasn't been spotted on this side of those heavy security doors. Hey! Are those my faithful assistant I see before me? Fender, and where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you too. Been searching high and low, wandering lonely through this prison hall. It was terrible, I tell you.
But the princess over there on the other side of the facility.
Facility.
Facility, boss.
So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You wanna hear it, right? Right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me something. It was interesting. Turns out the broadcaster had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Premortem if you catch my drift. An incident? Simeon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they wrap up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It was just one guard and he was handcuffed, obviously. They made it back and the monster clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. And the guard was taking off his scarf. Oh, he punched. Sounds like it might have been prelude to a jailbreak.
Jadi pasnya mau dilepas di dekat penjara kan. Ada orang diserang kayak dia pukul ceket atau
Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's key. Were there any rumblings about Nike attempting an escape? That's the bit that priced the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice. The guard was struck. What did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Word is, he's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. Alright. What the? It's you losers. Huh, that's all we need. Oh, mau kemainin dua. Ada satu judge sombong sama ada satu juri. Apa lagi judge hakim.
Oh,
Yang hakim pegang.
cewek tuh.
Yang cewek. Oh, dia.
Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Malsir is working with me now, as an associate. Nonsense. You're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a farm.
Eustache means farce. Of course, a simple slip of the tongue.
Seems like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Judge Gavel, great to see you again.
I know who you are. You are Simon Saint's attorney.
Guilty as charged. Now that we've broken the ice, how about a friendly... Or not, I'm totally cool either way.
Now, did I hear you correctly? That's Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth and Co.
Company. Cafe lagi.
But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain.
It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct? Exactly what he said. Malsir's just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co.
How wonderful. So you all work without reward? The goddess would thoroughly approve.
Tadi goddess. Dewi. Enggak Dewi. Dia salah Dewi keadilan.
Yeah, I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gavel, I was hoping to ask about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. Is that a challenge I hear? Tak langkah sendiri tadi. No, I was just asking Judge Gavel. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner. How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could be prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Sain was arrested.
There will be no.
Sudah dengarkan pembicara. Jadi kira kita harus kecil-kecil perhatian dan dengarkan bicaranya. Sikapnya memang.
Hahaha, not now, Gavel. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me.
Kayu pathetic. Menyedihkan.
I think you meant to say that you will be the one running rings around me. And I will, so badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humble, Edgeworth.
Oh, bukan.
You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. I found evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature.
Yang namanya Eustace the winner.
Dia.
Eustace.
Where do I even begin? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face for such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Sain, but do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Well, obviously, it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course, that's what he meant. Huh. It's clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more invested in what Judge Gavel is silently thinking over there.
Apa lagi? Biasanya ini jaksa sama polisi kerja sama. Kumpulkan barang bukti baru kasih hukuman ke tersangka seberat mungkin. Baru kalau pengacara harus lindungi itu orang yang dijadi tersangka atau kasih ringan hukuman.
I'm just checking, but you do know who it was you arrested, correct? Huh? Is this some kind of a joke? Of course I know who I arrested. It was Simeon Sain. Good to know he remembers that much, at least. I had rock solid grounds for arresting Simeon Sain. First-rate reason. Rock solid, you say? I'm impressed. Hold on, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to butter me up. Well, it might work on the chumps you met before, but it won't work on me.
The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Sain.
Yang artinya bukti yang sangat apalagi sangat membuat itu Tuhan Sain kelihatan tambah bersalah.
Perhaps you should tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, about it. Eustace?
Damning is right, and it was on the strength of that evidence that I decided to arrest him.
Ya, apa barang bukti?
Evidence of him was all over the thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner? Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I hope you even could put 2 and 2 together. Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony.
Come now,
Eustace.
Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look into hear about it.
Co- Coba lihat ke kata certainly dia di Google. Lagu probability.
Fine, if you insist. I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourself, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him.
Dicertai. Bukan. Certainly tentu.
I bet you didn't, but the victim had chess set with him, and that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon said.
Kan ini klien kan si Mianse baru dia kasih lagi namanya kotakan kotak catur ke korban, jadi ada sidik jarinya di situ. Debut.
Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace.
Bukan once
Once.
pakai SD saja.
You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, by all means, please do.
Hold it!
But you weren't the one who actually found his brain, were you? Of course not. I'm a prosecutor. I leave the dirty work to forensics. The fingerprints are certainly a problem, but then the chess set was. I shall take another look at the evidence.
Take another look. Come on. Check here. What we need to check. There's something here. You must request by saying.
Nanti kenapa?
Enggak ya, di aplikasi ini yang bisa dilihat ramai di map.
Kalau buat
Hold it!
The only incontrovertible fact here is that you don't know how to give a proper testimony. What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up.
perhaps I could be so bold as to offer some additional
Details.
details. The only fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards, the prisoners, the victims, and Mr. Saint. I think you'll agree that Mr. Saints were the only prints that had no business being there.
Yes, exactly. Now do you get it, Mr. Rachel? I do, but I'm not sure about you.
Dan di sini data nah
Objection!
If There were other prints at the crime scene. Should those people be suspect too? Yeah, other people? I don't think so. And why not?
Had Mr. Saint's prints
Not
not been found on the chess set,
chess set.
those others would indeed have been suspect. Yet somehow his prints were there, despite the fact that they had no business being there.
Exactly, which means Mr. Sen was Sen is
He is neither a prisoner nor a guard. Therefore, he should not have been able to enter the prison.
finding his print.
Finding his print in a place he shouldn't have bad access to is grounds enough for an arrest, no?
Yeah, what she said. Not bad, Gabriel.
You are too kind.
You are too kind. Kalau lu awalnya ya, enggak ya.
Objection!
Oh, I see. Yang ini yang dikasihkan jatuhnya korban.
So, the fingerprints on the chest set are the ace up your sleeve. The what up my what? Oh, yes. The chest set was up the ace sleeve. That's right, Edward. I've got winning hand, as usual. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. For you see, it was Simeon Sain who brought the chest set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. Yeah. That took a while to sink in. Lol. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Sen's arrest was premature. The incident took place here within the walls of this facility, and being neither a guard nor prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Sen. Ooh! Ah! Now what? Yeah, I think you might be the premature one here, Edward. And to think you were the one accusing me of being hasty. Did he only just work out what the word means? Sure, I identified Mr. Sen as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else. And I won the race when it comes to picking out the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all hasty. You're right that Mr. Sen isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was... Oh,
Eustace.
Judge Gavel. But out, Gavel. I have him right where I want him. But out.
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed
Fascinating.
Can we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor?
Something more impressive.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edward. Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it.
Lanjut ke deduksi yang deduksi itu kayak apa ya? Kayak observasi deduksi.
Yes, of course that. Well remembered, Gavel. Listen to this, Edward, and prepare to be amazed.
Objection!
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Sen was arrested? Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Judge Cavell deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Fact 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints were found on the chest set belong to the victim and the suspect, I say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, would you? If nothing else, his testimony this time a little more comprehensible than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by Winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. More likely, one winner useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me.
But how could anyone even hide a weapon
Weapon.
weapon inside that chest set?
Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourself? Inside the chessboard, I suppose there's only one way to find out. Sudah nih, apa kan? There's nothing in here but chess pieces. That laugh is real.
Oh, that love is really something.
He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. I better take a closer look.
These are chess pieces, right? I've seen the ones you have in your office. So how come these are black and white?
Most chess pieces are. The ones in my office are custom made.
As in, they're unique. They're unique and probably valuable. Valuable. I like the sound of that.
She's got that clean eyes. She better not be planning a robbery. Aja ko lang. Perampokan. There's the book. Here. What? The stiff lining at the top opens like a laptop.
Whoa, there's plenty of room in there.
Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. Ingenious, no? The killer snuck the weapon in by...
Objection!
Huh? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you? Pas dipotong. Baca kapannya dia. I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Renner, or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and? The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace.
The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace.
Metal tadi lah. Isi.
We must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself. Remember?
Aha. Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. He definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such gate and into the facility, which will seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winner.
That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only a subject to a cursory check.
Are you telling me that the chest set wasn't put through the metal detector?
It should have been. Alas, It seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of late.
Right?
Very good. Thank you, Gavel.
It was my pleasure.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll be so...
Mr. Edward. Now, Mr. Edward, if you would be so kind as to begin your examination.
Begin it artinya mulai.
Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner hold up, shall we?
Hold it!
A metal blade, you say? And do you have any evidence to support this? Huh, you mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? Why am I not surprised, you third rate? The fatal blow was a stab wound to the neck, and it was delivered by a knife like a blade. That much is absolutely beyond doubt. It appears that they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. Lots for words, are we? Then I'll just keep going. My brilliant deduction doesn't end there, you know.
Hold it!
The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden. Well, no, I mean some of the prisoners use scissors to cut animals' hair
And that avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you know, topical says.
Yes, only one blade object had been signed out by a single prisoner at the time of the incident. The item was tested for traces of blood, but none were found. I suppose he's referring to the scissor Mr. Sahwi uses. So there's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison.
Hold it!
Outside? What does that mean exactly? Haha, the opposite of inside in numbskull. Was that that celebration or a put down because it purely accomplished neither?
What is Eustace means to say is that it must have been broken from outside the prison by Mr. Say.
Honestly, Edgeworth, if you haven't figured that out by now, then you're even a bigger loser than I thought. The feeling is mutual, believe me. Mr. Sen clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is how?
Hold it!
But no murder weapon was found in the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? It's... well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with this claim? The perpetrator hidden in the prison. Somewhere in the prison. They hid it somewhere inside the prison? That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. Is that not valid people itu senjata pembunuhan tidak disembunyikan di dalam. Dengan caranya lah sembunyikan kalau di kamera note gitu ya, atau ini ya metal detector.
Take that!
Oh no,
Overruled!
hiding somewhere in the clear folder in the secret compartment. Then hiding somewhere in the prison. Okay. Soal kuncinya katanya itu jawaban kecil. Mission search. Dia dengar dan jaga ya, tapi tidak ada. Dia sudah suruh para penjaga untuk cari.
Take that!
I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And did you fail to find likely murder weapon? Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all.
Wow, way to undermine yourself.
You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called winning rookie? Stop making fun of me. Oh, Judge.
Eustace,
Eustace.
Eustace, calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin.
You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edge Worthless here get under my skin? Natambayan lang si Ganda ng Worthless. Tidak
Worthless.
penting. I'll thank you to leave my name out of this.
Well, I'm K for a day, and I'm okay.
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 Not you two, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find, which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why he couldn't find it when we looked, obviously. But what you are proposing is impossible, and this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison with them. Kalau ini gampang. Bilang ini yang tersangka beda dan bawa keluar sedikit. Tapi kan gampang gitu. Karena ada ini.
Take that!
Hasil. More memory trouble, Mr. Winner? Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me again? Oh, so you remember what I said. But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. Oh, what's that?
Oh, wait, does he seriously not remember?
It will certainly seems that way. There is a security gate at each the entrance to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had passed through both of them. Two gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh wait, now I remember. Looks like he got his memory back. Oh, coba kasih.
Looks like he got his memory back.
So as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates, and therefore there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Gah!
In which case, Mr. Edward, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be?
It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn. But we searched the prison top to bottom and couldn't find anything. Because we were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes.
That is quite a claim. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. I'm sorry. That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. No. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime?
Take a look at this, Judge Gable, and the weapon used in this case will become clear.
Ya masih diperkirakan itu aja. Oke.
Take that!
This is footage taken from security camera, trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourself and see. What? That's but how? This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof how he really died, won't you say?
Yes, it is certainly significant.
So now we know that Max was in fact killed in his cell by a vicious dog, a dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there is no way a dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all.
That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth.
Judge Cavell?
You are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence.
Yang pakai C juga.
Evidence. But it also raises an important nucleus question. Ya Allah. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself.
She's right, there is one major problem with my version of the events.
The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will?
Oh,
How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth?
the truth is, I don't know yet.
Aja kelihatan.
Belum.
Huh, of course not.
Can it, Wonder Boy? You didn't even notice there was a problem. Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That's it all. This court is adjourned.
But wait, there's still so much more to explore.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom.
Ruang sidang.
Court was never in session in the first place.
Karena kan sidang. Tapi karena dia
Once again, this court is adjourned.
We may not have all the answer yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint.
What do you mean?
Just as we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cell. You can know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor room, so to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Gavel, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Ha ha. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well.
What? They actually have something?
Now seems like as good a time as any. And I suppose I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case.
What she's building up to here?
Mr. Edward, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Singh does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer.
What?
Yes, perhaps you've heard of the very big circus? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day after all.
Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps?
A meeting? Oh, heavens, no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. Came to visit. You see it now, I assume? As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners to entertain. A show featuring animals and performers performed by members of the very big circus. So, does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of the show.
Ngerti ya?
Ada bikin big circus masuk.
Iya, dia staff circus juga.
A fact that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt.
She held on to the fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. But out, Gavel, I have him right where I want him.
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, well, the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating. Don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor?
That must be why she steered him into a different topic back then too. Yeah, I got you good, didn't I? You third-rate prosecutor. This has nothing to do with you.
Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edward, your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You will do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason.
What are you trying to say?
That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time.
Yang bisa kita komitinya dulu. Hak jaksa.
Should you wish to retain it, you will do well to avoid crossing paths with us again.
Is that a threat?
The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edward, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon these foolish pretenses.
Thank you for your concern, but I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish.
Well, do try to remember that the jobs are not one and the same, and that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real
Occupation.
occupation might be a good place to start.
Penyebab occupation. Pekerjaan. Iya.
Gag.
Now, I really must be going. May the goodness of justice watch over you all. Complicated kata-katanya. So Simon lied to us.
Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa, you're not having a second thoughts about all this, are you, Milesy boy? Sure, Josh Gavel is a tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost.
Tanggung jawab.
The defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too. Don't worry, Fender, I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Sen couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false, which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one.